Here we are at PS Vinyl Records, which is a store downtown. And this is one of the coolest stores that I can think of and I love personally to visit in Palm Springs. And he's got movie memorabilia, vinyl records, and collectibles. And it's just a wonderful store. And let's go in and talk to Dave, the owner, right now. Hey Dave, it's Dave in the Desert. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. I want to thank you for allowing me to come in today.
Thank you.
And I want to give you a big elbow through the plexiglass.
Yeah, see?
Yes, we bonded.
We're following the rules.
Yes, I love that. And Dave, I've been in the store many times. I live in Palm Springs, and I love the memorabilia. I love all the stuff on the walls, the music, the vinyl. It's like the pop art that you have. And I just wanted to ask you, what was the inspiration? Because it's such a unique store.
Oh, the inspiration goes way back to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was several things that happened that just inspired me to be part of the music scene and the movie scene. And the first film that I saw in a cinema when I was a little boy, my mother took me to see The Wizard of Oz. It had changed my life forever. The first record that I bought in a store on my own was Hair, the soundtrack, not the soundtrack, but the musical. You know, I bought that because I thought the guys on the back cover were so cool because they had long hair. I'm holding on to my youth, everybody.
That's great.
It's kind of like, how can I be part of this culture? What can I do? How can I be part of this? Well, I'm part of it because I get to share all this wonderful stuff with everyone. Everyone comes in from all over the world, and we get to share stories about music and movies and art and all the things that turn them on, and I get to be part of that. I kind of feel like I'm the vinyl bartender in a way.
I think vinyl's making a big comeback.
Oh, it's huge.
No question about it. I love vinyl myself. It just sounds different than a CD.
Oh, yes.
And it brings you back to when I grew up,
Well,
which was the 60s.
That's the one thing that the record will do that the digital cannot do. And what that is, see, when we were kids and we were young, we heard all these records on the radio. We have that kind of frame of reference in our mind of hearing that 45 being played, hearing all this. Well, when you listen to it digitally, that's kind of lost. But when you put a needle on a record, it will take you right back to the first time you heard that song. Where you were at, what you were doing, your brain just doesn't forget that.
I agree.
It's something really special that you cannot recreate in the digital world.
I totally agree. And I grew up with the Beatles, and those albums
Sure,
told stories
absolutely.
as they did back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, Talking Heads, whatever I listened to, Bruce Springsteen. They just concept albums back then.
Sure.
Pink Floyd, you know, and so it really took you back. And like you said, creates great memories. So I think it's a great store that you have. And obviously you're a fan of music and movies because you have...
Everything. We love it all. We are.
Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It changed my life.
Really?
It changed my life because when I'm sitting in that theater and I'm just fascinated by what I'm seeing, but I'm very curious as to how this is happening. My mother tells the story that I was looking back at that beam of light coming out of that little window, wondering how this magic was happening, not knowing that I wanted to really be Oz. I wanted to be the guy behind the screen. I wanted to be the guy that was turning all the things and making it all happen. And that's what it became. I eventually owned a movie theater for quite some time. So I got to do that. So I've got to do all of it. I got to relive it and recreate it and share it with kids and people from all over. So it's just, it never ends. I feel like I'm in Oz.
No, I agree, Dave.
Especially with the arthritis. I feel like the Tin Man every morning. You know, got to get oiled up.
And how long you had the store here in Palm Springs?
This store, we're in our 8th year.
Congratulations.
It's been 8 years of a wonderful time. I've met wonderful people from all walks of life, from all over the world, and I'm very fortunate and blessed to be here. I'm very happy.
And people know the store from all over the world. They actually know to come here.
Oh, they know to come here. And it's not just that. It's just when they leave, they don't actually leave without a little bit of us. You see, we have this stream, and everybody gets to stream Palm Springs Vinyl Radio. And everything that we're playing in the store, they get to hear. So when they go home, they get to experience it at home. It's kind of fun.
Right. So you're always playing music, even though it's quiet right now.
We play music, and later on today, we're doing some shows with Buddy Greco Jr., and he's going to do his Beatles Archive show, and we play all these Beatle records and wonderful things that people haven't heard, and live recordings and unreleased things, and just stuff like that. So it's just a lot of fun.
Okay, so they just go on the stream and go on the website?
Go on the streaming. Check it out.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you if you did podcasts or music shows.
We do shows in here. We do shows in here, sure. Absolutely.
That's amazing.
We haven't had many tourists in lately, so there hasn't been a big demand for that, but it's going to come back.
Right, I think you're absolutely right. And I'm so glad you guys are open because it's such a weird situation now with COVID. Some stores open, they have to reclose, but you guys are open.
We're here.
Giving people an outlet.
We are here to serve, and we're here to serve people that need the music. Music is very therapeutic. People don't realize how important that is in your life. I mean, people suffering from depression, people suffering from all these things. You put on a song or a record, and man, it just makes you feel good.
I totally agree.
It's very important.
And people can also order stuff online.
Absolutely. We have our website. The Vinyl Pharmacy, vinylpharmacy.com.
That's really good to know.
You'll find all sorts of wonderful things here, different things that are not even in this store.
I love that, because people don't necessarily have the chance to come here, but they still buy online and support you and a local business.
They can call us from wherever. If they see something or they're looking for something, we'll be more than glad to help them. Absolutely.
And Dave, lastly, what would you like to say to the people watching this? Like, what's your biggest challenge, or people with this COVID situation? I think you mentioned that people should listen to music and be more creative and try to not be depressed these days. You know, you offer an outlet.
Right, we do. I guess the challenge is in this business. You know, the COVID thing, unfortunately, we're going to have to live with for right now, and it's just what it is. And it's just be safe and be smart and use the sanitizer.
Exactly.
Be aware of our surroundings. Be very careful. Try not to go in large crowds and stay safe. Stay healthy. Eat well. Sleep well, and you'll be okay. You know, if you have a healthy, lifestyle, you should be okay. You know. Well, now, as far as what my concerns, what I'd like to see, everybody unfortunately has got caught into the streaming and downloading business.
Yes.
Which is real fine and convenient, but it's all virtual. There's nothing permanent. It's all temporary. Mm-hmm. You don't own anything. It's not the same as owning the physical product.
Right. Whether
it be a cassette or a CD or a record or 45, you have a piece of that. That is the memento. Right. That is the collection. Nobody has a collection online. Mm-hmm. It is in the cloud. Well, it doesn't really exist. Mm-hmm. You don't have anything. Once your internet goes down or you can't afford to pay for it, you're not listening to anything.
Right. So true.
So it's always nice to have your favorites. So I hope in the future that people continue to support and buy physical media. I think it's very important. If it's something that you love, like you said, The Wizard of Oz, then you should own a copy of The Wizard of Oz so that you can play it if you're on that desert island, and that's all you have. You can still have that enjoyment. I can't get any signal on my phone. I guess we can't watch it. Well, that's no fun.
Exactly.
So there's something about that.
Yeah, I have to agree. Just going to a store, just being able to physically touch a poster, turn the postcard around, whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
It's just the physical act of going to a store, and I think that's wonderful.
Sure.
And you guys offer that, and that's why I wanted to
give
a plug for you, Dave.
Appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely,
it's a great service, and I hope that all these small businesses take advantage of that and get out there and be known, because people that come into town and they want to know what's going on, they got to know where to go first.
Absolutely.
If you're the guy, hey, let's see what's happening. What's going on downtown Palm Springs? Here we are. You've got the lowdown.
Absolutely.
I love it.
That's why I wanted to profile Dave's business. And everybody watching out there, support Dave. He's a great guy, independent business. And again, the act of going to a store and not just clicking a button is really just a wonderful experience.
We love it.
And it's going to continue through the millennium. Dave, thank you so much.
Thank
Elbow.
You. All right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Take care.
And you can see how cool this store is with Brad Pitt and different celebrities, historical photos, cabaret, Betty Davis, and it's just a wonderful throwback to capture a different time with this memorabilia at PS Vinyl. Okay, so I'm David the Desert signing off from PS Vinyl, which is at 220 North Palm Canyon. So come on down and check it out and experience the real thing, the real vinyl, the real movie memorabilia. You got Elvis down here, you got Dave, you got friendly people, you got a music broadcast happening today for Beatles music. Check it out, PS Vinyl. Thanks for watching my latest video. I really appreciate it. If you like it, please press the like button and also subscribe to my channel, David the Desert. My goal is to bring you entertaining stories about life here in the Coachella Valley and the desert experience. Thanks again for watching, and I promise more good stuff to come. Thanks, everyone.